about the same amount of kills in those two combined as he did on map 1. There was a complete and total disassociation between those those three maps, really. And you cannot have an inconsistent player when you have to rely on an op to get a lot of work done, which in a lot of cases you do have to rely on your op. But now we can stop prattling on, Nate. We can hop into the action here on map number 1. It is Ancient. We go to the Verdant map. And Party Astronauts will begin on the CT side with double dual Berettas, Viz and Sixy, the new kids on the block, or I guess the new kids transferring back to school, because they've been here before. No kit first to the CT side, and a good amount of utility for Junior. Double flashes, Smoke and Molly. George with a smoke as well. Lots of util for EG as they group up outside B.
Early lean towards B. 2 players in caves already pressuring for information into Jaguar. Walco takes first contact against Viz. Lucky to stay alive given the dualies rattling away. And in fact, Walco outright wins the duel. It's going to be a split in towards A. Walco clear the corner. Yes, he will. Grabbing the dualies, finding a second to the IGL, the spearhead of this take. Smokes down on both lanes. Sixy dinked at range by a Glock. And this round has gone disastrously for PA. They're already calling it quits. They're already headed for the hills. Sixy and Ponalum can benefit from saving that Kevlar for the following, but they want to cut ties with this round entirely. EG, a very solid and a very clean pistol to start off their map pick of Ancient.
Yeah, the save is nice, especially for Ponalone, as he will only have to reinvest $350 for the helmet. Sixy, I'm not sure if he'll buy much more. Ben doesn't have any armor, so he's the one sticking around. He only has a flashbang, and he sees no contact, so he will fall away eventually. Will he die? I don't think so. Ponalone, that's a nice crispy headshot. Automatic goes down as well to bomb. Ponalone not taking the armor damage of that last little bit. That's unlucky. He's got a couple body shots against him that cost him the armor, so he cannot get that full helmet for $350. He'll go no helmet FAMAS instead. Adequate choice. Sixy will do the same. Minimal utility for the CT side, but a force up is strong nonetheless around these guns and chop on the XM glass cannon. Maybe just grab a gun, steal it away, and hope you don't run into the MAC-10 first.
The call, especially up close if he goes towards Jaguar. Could get a one-shot headshot potentially, depending on how point-blank the fights are. But I imagine the XM10 is more inclined to sit in those close angles. Sixy toying with the idea of peeking middle towards Donut. Our 2 players on the other side waiting for him. A third on Snake now. All 3 with Galils. He needs to be careful. Flash in. Walco's the one to win the duel. He takes damage, but does find the opening in the round. Ben leads. Good trade from the off angle and Donut, but it's only good for one. It's just a slight novelty. Extra good trade, and now an A site taken. Open for the plant. All 3 remaining defenders towards CT spawn, now towards Red Room, and now trying to save at this stage. Maybe trying to do some exit damage. A second on the board rather succinctly for EG as well. Taking the space they're given quickly and voraciously and transitioning that into a very solid A-site take.
Very solid A-side take. It was a favored round for EG. They hit their headshots, and it just gave them the platform. It was a nice little flash idea from Ben for Sixy to peek out the middle. Just wasn't blind enough on the players out mid. Sixy peeking into 3. He's probably going to get 1 at best there. Chop will fall, but he dropped that XM over to Viz, who still has the 5.7 too. That's a nice little bit of economic bookkeeping there for the Party Astronauts, and they'll go for whatever they have, maybe a couple upgraded pistols, but overall, won't be too much on this round. Chop goes back to the XM, where he ate a nade in Jaguar. He'll probably go back there again, this time hoping to avoid the frag. Ben Flash, Pone alone, has his FAMAS. Sixy on a 5.7 with a vest? It's a little more of an investment than I would have expected out of Danny, but we'll see if it can bear some fruit here. It's not a toothless buy from Party Astronauts. There's a little bit of bite behind this bark. But how much can they get done with it is the real question here, because they need a couple of kills to at least justify the reinvestments.
Yes, they do. Do some damage. Force EG to invest a little bit more into the following round. Lil versus FAMAS fight taken towards the stairs and won by Ponalon. A solid start. Viz is still holding towards the cave as well. EG, though, not forcing the issue. 2 players back towards the double doors. Bottom Snake. They are going to eventually commit towards this B side. 3 defenders waiting, 2 in caves on either side of the door. 1 tucked in the corner of B site. G. Walking in contact is the call for Walco. Again, 2 angles to clear. Unenviable spot from to B. George finds one Walco trade. Walco doubles up in towards caves. He's a monster on the entry. He did it in the pistol, and he'll do it here now with the rifle versus the invested weapons. Ben Leap just the USP, Chop just the shotgun. And what looked like a voracious hold for Party Astronauts falls away with nothing found. Nothing more beyond Hexed, I should say. Chop, Ben Leet, no Kevlar. Could save the XM1014 for the following if you really wanted to use it, but I'd rather say use it for exits instead. Try to find some damage and a little bit of extra cash.
100% agree with you there, man. And he will get a freebie onto Automatic. Grabs the Galil, tosses a flashbang high, a self-flash in. Walco does not want to face. He's low on health, and a wise fade from him. Junior's completely opposite his teammates out in CT spawn. Here we are. Party Astronauts finally going to get the full buy up in this round as EG with 3 on the board, their map pick. Showing they picked it for a reason, the early going. Poe alone getting that op in early. That's what you want to see if you're Party Astronauts. You want to see your big man with the big green. Junior has one of his own, so we can get that oppers duel between young and old in the beginning of this match. First gun round coming to 4th here. Still 2 Galils for EG too. This goes to show how long they've been able to hold on to those bonus guns. Money not great for Automatic and Junior. Next, Walco George. Plenty of money, though. Junior a boost up towards B. Pone alone soloing the ace side of things, and it's always dangerous to be an opera in CS2. When you're all alone, such an exposed area.
Walco found a timing, but Chop slips the gap, drops Hex to the second man. Walco's steps have been heard. He'll take the duel. Lots of damage taken, but he'll still win it. The op, though, in the meanwhile, for Ponalon finds a trade and maintains a tenuous advantage. 60, Ben Leet, Ponalon, and Viz. 4 defenders versus now 2 as Viz nades away Walco. Automatic and Junior. They know they have B open. They also know there's contention from caves. They'll get the plant down by virtue of utility. But the post plant seems like a far greater task, which they are not up for.
Viz takes the worst of that engagement as the bomb ticks away. Automatic out of cave. 60 and Ben of those last 2. A double op available if PA want it. And they will opt for it early. Danny and Poet alone is a potential double op. That's a scary proposition for EG to have to go up against here. And a very clean victory on round number 4, but their first round on the board for the Party Astronauts will help with their economy immensely. It's looking like it's going to be a Ben Leet Pone alone double op here, Nate. And that's something that goes back to the old Party Astronauts days.
We saw this in overtime for the last decider map in the opening series. You and I caught the end of it. Ponalon and Ben Leet were both double opping in overtime. Trend is continuing. I don't think it will be as surprising now to EG, given the fact it was used just an hour prior, but we'll have to see if they're expecting it so early. Viz nades the smoke, loses the duel, but 60's there as an insurance policy. Good trade. Does get away as well, despite being full blind. He'll spot one crossing. He'll find another thanks to Ben Leet's flash, and Chop furthers it, dropping Automatic. Party Astronauts finding their footing in a big way. He's just George and Junior. Galil and Op. Once again, versus the bulk of the defense. The scope was heard, the nade was heard as well. Party Astronauts definitely know where the final pair are.
Doesn't matter when George hits a shot like that. Ben asleep at the wheel goes down. Pone alone rotating in CT. Chop and 60 coming in A main and Donut respectively. 60 has the drop on Junior. Backstab, spots out both. Spray transfer confirmed. Quad kill for Danny. Second round of the board in a row for PA. They lose the AK, but they retain the double op setup. That'll go back into the hands of Ben. But getting this kind of early performance out of 60 is a very good sign for Party Astronauts. EG, their bunny's come to the end of its rope. It's going to be a save here for them. A couple upgraded pistols, perhaps, but not much else. Party Astronauts, a good opportunity to grab themselves a tie game.
Should be a tied game, given the lack of investment from EG. Be careful, those ops could get run down by the numbers. And Leet start things off right. He had 60 to support as required. Only one Deagle. That's in Walco's hands. The IGL's had a very solid start on map number 1. Top of the board for his team. The issue is EG have fallen flat once the rifles have come out. Ben Leet. To be careful, the Deagle running around sows a bit of chaos. Headshot found on the Ben Leet. Second, not meant to be. 6C trades. Op irrecoverable. In fact, Ponelon catches one walking into the angle. It's automatic. Last two towards B doors. Don't have the bomb. They're hoping to use this angle as a bit of novelty, but Chop is too ready to chop them down. Tied ball game, 3 apiece. Double op again recovered by 6C. EG, another chance at it, but if they lose this round, things get dire rather quick.
Yeah, that op soloing the A site can always be a bit of a problem if you're that opera. It's so hard to get the multi-kills in general in CS2, and the op makes it even more so. But Ben will still hold on to his secondary op. Full buy up from EG. And a B lean from 4 or 5. No boosts up yet. That's a neat little bit of chip damage. Could have been a little bit more impactful, a little bit deeper. But 60 goes a hunting out towards A main, deep in towards T spawn, and Automatic's caught off guard. 60 takes quite a bit of damage, but that's a big man advantage to have for Party Astronauts here in the early going of round number 7. Dick comes in on towards B, spurred on by that early aggression from Danny. Biz is anchoring behind the pillar. Walco hanging out in cave. Dinked, but not removed. That is not the bomb spotted either. That's another snake in the grass. Chop holds the line. Nice double piece from him. There's the bomb on the ground, and holy moly, Walco's running around shooting. He's able to get that first one, that trade that they needed. Nade will not do much. 60 has the secondary now, but Poland alone destroyed by Walco. He's on for 3. He's on for the ace. And Ben's a long way away on the long flank out towards B ramp. 60's just hoping for a peek here. His nade and Molotov, not the best to support things for Ben as far as flashes are concerned. He only has the one. Junior out the open. That now opens things up entirely. Ben still has a Molotov. He has a nade. He's in the open. And the nade from 60 already used into the one-shot duel. Equivalent HP. Walco's rifle yields the end result. And EG will not relinquish the lead.
1v2 ace clutch for the IGL. We mentioned he can wake up. He could be a monster in 1vx situations, but right now he's a monster in general. A troll in the cave. As no matter what he does, if he's in that spot, he will find an opening. Does not matter what PA throw at him. He is indomitable when pressing forward in that location. Again, his scoreline proves that. 12 kills already by the start of round 8. And again, the reason they won that round, the reason they retain their lead, EG, they're on a low buy nonetheless, losing 4/5 of the squad, and they will race in towards B. No respect through the Molotov, a change of pace that is not anticipated. 60 rotating around, finds one offering some resistance, but the player in caves has fallen in the meanwhile. George finds Ben Lee. George doubles down with Toad alone. Leaving just 60 between a rock and a hard place. George does him in with the Glock for good measure. That is a clean and succinct round for EG, only losing 2 and getting the bomb plant.
Yeah, 3 alive. Better for the EG economy as well. Party Astronauts wiped away by the offensive of the evil geniuses. Now it's going to be a half buy for the CT side. Pistols, light armor, maybe light armor. In fact, it looks like it'll just be USPs and 3 flashbangs. A curious buy. 5.7 for Viz is sold. And he has no pistol. That is peculiar.
I'm hoping it's a glitch.
I am too, because You're already in.
He just
Okay,
ran back
there he
and got
goes. He did not have a pistol for a
He did
while,
not.
though.
Well, he's just sitting there with the flashes in hand to flash over middle. Before the red doors peek.
Yeah,
It's not
still,
meant.
though.
You know.
You kind of do need a gun.
I mean, you do at one point, but he could easily run back after throwing the flashes. There they go. Out they'll run. No one's here, though. G hear that. They know it's probably a play towards middle. They know it's probably a save as well, so they'll just run it into B. Good read from EG. Hone alone, though. Sits down George. They'll lurk in a main. That's a rifle recoverable. Party Astronauts are probably going to try to save that for the following. Automatic needs to be careful. The numbers are against him. He'll find 2. Flash being thrown by Hex to support. Bomb will go off. It'll be a 6-3 G, but what can Party Astronauts get out of this round beyond that first rifle? Can they find a second?
Even the 1 is nice, and they will only be able to carry in a maximum of 1. Maybe they can take 1 away, but I think Viz is just going to try and save, which is a wise call. Having the AK is a very nice thing on the CT side, but EG, 6 rounds on the T side already of Ancient. They picked this one for a reason, and they are looking quite good right now. Party Astronauts opting for a timeout. Definitely time for one of those. They have to figure this out. And Nate, I'm thinking it's danger time already for Party Astronauts, considering they only have 3 rounds on their CT side, and Evil Geniuses, particularly Walco, are looking like there's no stopping them.
Walco's walking over him.
Walco be walking?
Walco be walking. Op Junior consistency king as we hyped him up to be. He's at 0.
He hasn't had to do much.
I know, that's the point. He hasn't had to do anything. It's been Walco.
Yep.
Finding 2, finding 3, finding 5. Sure, 60's doing his best to try and dig them back out of the trench that Walco's created, but he's only 1 man on the defense, not on the offense. No pressure in towards A main, he'll get 1, but EG just pivot right around him, sidestep him. Try to be the spearhead in the middle this time around. Through the flames he'll go. Automatic takes the Pono one. Nope, instead Pono one will fall, and now Danny spams out of desperation. Pistol out. He's caught. Automatic 2. Automatic almost a 3rd. Ben Leet fills the gap, but at what cost? It's 3 versus 4, and the A site now vacated. EG is pivoting expertly around the map. Looking to have a 7th at this stage unless Ben Leet can find something monstrous. Chop takes away Hex in towards middle, or towards B, excuse me, sure, but still need a lot more than that.
Nade from Ben can do some damage, but instead it's a nade from EG that does the deed. Fizz over the smoke. George doesn't spot him. Now he will know, and he will not miss. Chop deals with Walco against his former teammate to a 2v2,
Okay.
but George and Junior hold the line. Junior opens his account as EG grab a 7th and secure a half victory. Party Astronauts, not much left in the money tank, and there's 2 more rounds to go. Evil Genius is a very good opportunity for at least 8, if not 9. A commanding half, regardless on the T side. See if they can get to that 9th. That would be huge for the Evil Geniuses.
Massive. It put a lot of pressure on that pistol run. There's already a lot of pressure on the pistol round at this stage for Party Astronauts, but you don't want to make it a do-or-die pistol round. Save around a rifle for Viz. Automatic drops Sig C. And the only player really getting anything going, Party Astronauts already taken down. Junior now needs to be careful. The numbers might run him down. He will fall, but Automatic combining fire in towards Caves or towards Jaguar down Snake. Prevent them from recovering that rifle. He's low HP. Not long for the world. Good shot from Automatic. Ben Leet is the last. He was towards A. He's now in rotation. George boxing him in. The bomb actually going towards A rather than B.
Ben peeks into the rifle of Automatic. He goes down in the end. EG 1 away from a 9-3 half. These ones are looking good for the Evil Geniuses. But not so hard from PA. They had that 3-round streak after going down 0-3, but it's been 5 in a row for the Evil Geniuses since then. Double op setup comes out for Party Astronauts again. Ben on the glass cannon. Junior in the meantime, back on his big green gun. M4A1 for George, AKs across the rest. Utility's not horrible for Party Astronauts. Only one kit, though, is a bit of a concern. And Viz going down to 17 HP off the rip is even more of one. Hex will toss in the flame. 6C down low as he wins that fight against Automatic. Hex sprays the Molotov, but Viz is on the other side. It's a double man advantage for Party Astronauts, although it doesn't feel like that considering how much health they have.
No, it does not. Still go either way. Teetering on a knife's edge, especially with Walco still alive. He went up the ramp rather than through cave, and he should have one for free at least from this position. You have no idea he's here. One free kill for Walco. There it is. Now things get more awkward. Viz is in cave, and Chop is on the outside. Chop falls away. Walco now. Stuck with many angles to face. Be worried about Chop up close. He flashes ahead. Chop gets forward, and Chop finds the trade. It's just George. He normally lurks in the A-holes. He now has to answer the call. 1 versus 4 to keep the win streak alive. He'll push forward on the ramp, now known. No luxury of surprise, and he'll walk into the op. Perhaps there it is. Party Astronauts recover in the final round of the first half. We'll see you after the break. Dominant start for EG on their offensive side leads them to a hefty 8-4 advantage as they enter the defensive side. I'm Pineapple Phillips, joined by Boggs and EG. They've cemented a lead. If they take this pistol, it might just be curtains before the second half can really begin.
That's definitely a concern for the party astronauts, but for EG, it's anything but. It is everything positive for them after a very tough fight against Wildcard's newly established roster. They go take on the party astronauts and their new acquirees of Viz and Sixy. No upgrades for either side on the second half pistol, which is interesting. Just utility, a kit for Junior. And Glocks trying to run things down. Junior will get the first in Donut, though. Ben Leet into the fryer. Viz clearing up that site, though. Over towards right side. Cube! Headshot onto Hex. That's the Glock up close and personal. Such a very powerful pistol in these close-range duels, but Walco combines with autimatic for a pair. Looking for a third is Walco, but autimatic has his back. 60, the last one standing as the bomb is ticking away. Walco low, but still not removed. George is there for the trade. And Walco leading by example. Autimatic right there behind him. Defuse will come through. It's a 9-4 score. 4 spy for sure going to come through here for party astronauts. The question is if they lose it 10, 11 to 4. And at that point, the game is almost unrecoverable.
Definitely feels like that is the point of no return. So they kind of have to put their foot down here and now, just have enough breathing room in this map. And so they will try for it. They're sensing the same. 3 Galils, a Mac 10. Ben Lee, what do you go for? Kevlar and a Galil. No helmet to facilitate a little bit of extra utility. I appreciate the call, given the lack on the rest of his team. You know, still a better buy, all things considered. 2 A1Ss, a FAMAS, pair of MP9s. Things are looking up the way of EG. Again, they never really looked down at any point, did they? No, with autimatic and Walco fragging the way they are. All PA grouped up outside A, looking to go for an A play. And if EG get a little bit aggressive, if they clear for a little bit of information towards B, should have the read rather quickly.
Good well-timed smoke. The nade might be a little bit too late, but the spray from George is on time. Does a lot of damage onto a second, but Bonalone and Viz to open up this site. Bomb will go down again. But both these two players in the red on health. 60 out middle. Takes a little bit of damage from Walco. He retreats into Donut. Molotov for Walco. Smoke and flash for Hex. That's all that EG have. Molotov thought about, contemplated, and then eventually tossed in. That'll force Viz into the open. 60 burns. He still wins that fight against Walco. Hex and Junior trying to make their way in. Time's a ticking. They gotta go if they're going to. Hex with one big one. Junior, he's looking towards Donut. Podalone around the sight box, catches him off, and Hex falls to Ben Leet. It'll be a 5th and a critical one for the party astronauts. A 4 spy they could not afford to lose.
They passed the first of many hurdles required to come back into this one. They're not going to try for with SMGs going into this round either. They're going to force up all the way. A Galil for Viz to facilitate more utility. Those 2 saved M4s and a pair of AKs to round it out. EG. Gonna go for an investment. It's kind of all over the place. Some 5.7s, a P250. Some dualies for Walco. Maybe he can loan one to Junior, who's saving a little bit of extra cash so that he can buy an op in the future.
Definite possibility. This cave push can do some damage. That nade will do a tad bit, but there's one on the chop. Hex with 5-7. He's still alive and kicking, so is Walco. The spams are coming through, but no more damage being delivered by the evil geniuses. Bomb to be recovered. Ben Leet still working out towards A main. Holding for a push. The bomb edging back towards A as well, keeping an eye on mid. Very tentative here. Might actually go up mid. The bomb alone into middle is a very bold move. It's a very risky play with that objective all alone. And with 50 seconds to go, we're going to group up with Sixy. Looks like it's going to be an A split here, using Ben as that pincer. Junior jump spotting from Red Room back in house, and he'll spot the head of 60 and the bomb as well. Surely that'll signal rotations back towards the A site here. The B site players are stationary. George drops a molly. That's only the main player. He has to dive back into Temple and hold on to an altar that he can stay alive.
Bryce, he got out. He spams away one. How does he get that out of the situation he found himself in?
I don't know.
I'm stupefied he's allowed to do any such thing. Hex in the smoke does a little bit more damage, harassing, and hopefully delaying. Walco with the dualies finds one. It's a chaotic round and a round that might just work out. Autimatic grabs a Galil, finds one. He's on low HP, drops it to Walco. Now they'll just walk in. They have the information. Ben leaps back against the wall. He's found one, he's found two. But the spacing is perfect. The rifle's in the right hands. And Walco, the raid boss of this map, will get his team across towards double digits.
Begun the force by wars.
It's never a Boggs and Pineapple cast if that one is not pulled out.
It happens too often.
There's one constancy in the close qualifier broadcast of We Are Here, and that is it. That one impression.
That and the word belabored.
Belabored, beleaguered. Also, the word ugly gets thrown around a lot.
Yeah.
It's taking me some time. I tell myself don't stop. Like waves are breaking, I found a way, I made it. If only I don't
Couple technical issues, but we have returned, ladies and gentlemen. EG going from 10 to now 12. Blink your eyes and you miss it. Again, Boggs and Pineapple Slopes on the mic, and Party Astronauts in the frying pan at this point, and maybe into the flames, fighting to stay alive here in the opening map. AKs across the board, which makes things okay, but it all depends on how they play their cards. Chop through the smoke, chops down Walco, a good start. They need a heck of a lot more than that if they want to stay alive in the opener of this upper bracket final.
Well, Walco going down is a good start for the Party Astronauts, but Junior over towards Dona will dodge that flash, go back for a mid-peak, but wisely, PA do not want to aggress into that angle. Would not end well for them if Junior can do what he is capable of, and he hasn't had too much testing this game. 5-8. Hasn't seen too much. He's just big chilling right now. A little bit of utility shuffling going on for the Party Astronauts as they head over towards the B side of things, and EG have read this well. Junior soloing A, but they've got the 3 rifles on the B site. Hex swings out wide with the first, peeks around the pillar, goes for more, and he will double it up. Cave presence is there in the form of 60, but it's a 4v3 to the favor of the Evil Geniuses now. Blind is 60, he slips behind that smoke, his teammates falling away, a little bit of spam damage going back and forth. No, it's just tracers. Autimatic busting down the ramp, though. Pone alone board ready for that little party trick, but hexed on the site. Makes it a 3-piece on the hat trick, looking for more. He's still around the pillar, he has not moved, and he picks up 4, not quite the ace, but he's done more than enough. The time is gone, Pone alone cannot win the round. It's George to seal the deal, and Evil Geniuses run rampant on Ancient. They take it 13-5. We'll hit a break and be back in just a moment. Never mind. We are going to get back on the cameras here and break this down